Here's what I know. If you just did 20 houses a week, do you know what you have at the end of a calendar year? 1,000. And here's why this is unbelievably important to me. Drive for dollars. Before anybody thinks it, because I know better, I've trained 25,000 investors. I'm sure when a lot of you were getting started, like, oh yeah, drive for dollars, or do it without a budget, and this and that, and then driving for dollars feels hard. You're like, oh, I'm not getting the bank from. Now you're back into not mastering the process and not or mastering the process, but you're still worried about the outcome. I did that and it didn't produce the fruit that I wanted. Well, we're going to do this differently than everybody else. Most of you, I said, hey, we've also built some efficiencies in here to run this part of your machine way better than other shit that's out there, okay? Meaning this, I want you to drive for dollars once a week, 30 minutes, and find 25 homes that need work. But here's why you should do it. And when I paint the picture this way, there's two reasons why. Remember I said stacking closings, and I said I ranked them in order of the ones where we do the most closings that get the biggest spreads. Houses that need work get us some of the biggest spreads out of 30 techniques, top 2 or 3 for us. So for you not to do it is you making a CEO decision on purpose not to run this machine better and get the ones that have more equity in your rentals, get the ones that have more equity when you flip them or sell them or whatever you're going to do or wholesale them. Everybody get that? So here's what I know, driving for dollars. 1, a house that needs work is a good lead. Can you buy a list? Everybody's like, I'm going to buy a list of high equity absentee owners. Well, guess what? A large portion of those don't want to sell. Here's what I know. Every house that you know needs work is a good lead. That's an amazing lead. Secondly, another reason why it's a good lead. It needs work and somebody owns it and they're not doing anything with it. Do you hear me? They're not doing anything with it. By process of elimination, that's a good lead. Thirdly, they're not doing anything with it, meaning other investors haven't applied some different techniques to maybe get them to respond because maybe they're just not responding, which is another opportunity for you. And then fourth, here's what I know. If you just did 20 houses a week, do you know what you have at the end of a calendar year? 1,000. And here's why this is unbelievably important to me and should be an absolute staple in what you do. You have 1,000 homes. Every single home on that list has some sort of problem. You can't buy a list like that. Do you hear me? Do you hear me at home? Everybody get that? You can't buy a list like that. Kathy, Leo, Tommy, you can't buy a list like that. Meaning, you have less competition. Have you ever bought a list where every home on the list needs work? You can't possibly know that. Do you see why this is a valuable list to have and to attack at a higher level? Everybody get that? It's a home run. Now, we're going to teach you some things. We have some stuff later that some of our Blueprint clients and my wife developed to run this more efficiently. So having bird dogs bringing you houses that need work and then you doing your driving for dollars instead of doing Deal Machine. Has anybody here heard of Deal Machine? You got to pay $50 a month. And then if you have 3 people sending you properties, which you guys should have at least 5, 10, 15, which we're going to talk about that later, right? Sending you the good leads on houses that need work, then it's $200 a month. It's expensive, right? Property Scout. Develop something that has a high level of efficiency to add these type of leads. Have the machine automatically go to the county website and pull the name based upon the address. Fix a typographical error if they typed in the address wrong. Puts it in a spreadsheet, pulls Google Earth photos so you could match the photos up with the bird dog photo. That takes a lot of hours to do, doesn't it? And well, what if I said you can have all that stuff done for like 25 or 29 a month, not 50 a month or 200 a month? Would that help everybody out? And it does a lot more stuff. It leaves breadcrumbs. Every time, Gary, somebody submits, and your army of people are submitting properties to you, they can see while they're out in the marketplace and have their app open, they can see a little dot next to that house so they know that somebody's already submitted it to you. Do you see how all of a sudden we can eliminate overlap now on the best list that you'll ever build, right? Besides delinquent tax, second on your list.